Saudi Arabia to you. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the second largest country in the Arab world. My grandma lives in Saudi Arabia, but I haven't been since I was about 6 years old, and I forgot everything about it, so I decided to research it for today's speech. The first thing I'll be talking about is Saudi's culture and traditions. The second, I'll be explaining the archaeological heritage and architecture. Lastly, I'll be talking to you about some news that has been going on recently. Saudi Arabia is a country located in the Middle East. It is the 12th largest country in the world, and it stretches a vast 2,150,000 kilometers. The culture of Saudi Arabia is a rich one that has been shaped on its Islamic heritage. Saudi's most beloved tradition is the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan is a month where Muslims all around the world fast from sunrise to sunset. The second highlight of the year is Hajj. Hajj is a time of year when all Muslims gather at Mecca and perform Hajj together. Saudis love hospitality. They do it to strangers, friends, family, and relatives, and to anyone they see that need it. The most basic way of showing kindness and generosity is offering a cup of coffee and or a side of dates. Lastly, they have a tradition of slaughtering a sheep on Eid al-Adha in honor of Abraham's willing to sacrifice his son. After learning about their most famous traditions, now we can learn about their archaeological heritage and architecture. Saudi Arabia's historical preservations are precious to them. Many restoration projects have been undertaken to keep the archaeological heritage safe. Since it is the birthplace of Islam, they make it a big deal to preserve the Islamic archaeological heritage, such as the Kaaba in Mecca. Saudi's architecture is based on the climate. They depict whether they can build something or not. Saudi's architects are looking at these building designs and concepts of these designs for inspiration to build more and more buildings. After talking about Saudi Arabia's traditions, archaeological heritage, and architecture, let's talk about some of the news that has been going on lately. Saudi Arabia launches special residency scheme to boost investment non-oil revenue. This scheme will allow expats to do business without a sponsor from Saudi Arabia. This will also allow people to get visas for their relatives. On another note, the Saudi airport has been struck by a deadly attack. One person was killed and 7 were injured and wounded. They were attacked by Iranian allied Yemeni rebels. After talking about the Saudi traditions, the archaeological heritage, the architecture, and some of the news going on today, you should know a lot more about Saudi than you did from the beginning of this speech. First, I talked to you about the Saudi Arabia traditions. Second, I talked to you about the archaeological heritage and the architecture. Lastly, I talked to you guys about some of the news that has been going on recently in Saudi Arabia. Now that we are done learning about some of the unique things of Saudi Arabia, I think it's best to say that everyone should get the chance to experience the freshly picked dates, the culture, the hospitality, and look at the amazing architecture.
Oh, wow.